Welcome to Sovereign Citizen Legal Encounters. All right, today we're back in Thurston County where we have the sovereign citizen who's been in there before. As soon as you see his face, you're going to know exactly who we're talking about. And he's in here doing the same type of arguments. But let's see, today it's a different judge. So let's see how this judge handles them. Let's go.
Morning, Mr. Black.
Good morning. Pleasure to be here.
Mr. Black, you filed various motions to dismiss the driving with suspended license third degree against you. I've read all of it. Again, we are getting kind of late in the morning here. Is there anything you'd like to say that is different from what, or you'd like to highlight from the motions that you filed?
Well, first, may I ask the court to identify yourself and the prosecutor?
Certainly. I'm Court Commissioner Jacob Stillwell.
Uh-huh.
And prosecutor today is Ford Libby, Rule 9, supervised by Rosemary Fitzgerald.
Okay. Yes. When the officer stopped me, he asked me for paperwork and simply accused me of a paperwork violation. He asked for three things: license, proof of insurance, and registration. Anyone who's engaged in a potentially hazardous activity like operating a motor vehicle has to have his paperwork in order, especially insurance, because he can cause damage with his car. Excuse me. Same thing is true with yourself, because being a judge is a potentially hazardous occupation because it involves violence. No one can be put in a jail cell without unwanted touching, and a lot of damage can come to people if a judge does something wrong. And as a person who has been through a family court and witnessed how unprofessional and out of control the judiciary is here in Washington, and I think you know that the reputation of the legal system in Washington is very bad. I mean, even at one point, the federal government had to come in and supervise and babysit the police.
He ran that same script in a previous hearing, and it seems like he's trying to make the judge think about their responsibilities before they take any action out on him.
Because they weren't being controlled.
So I'm going to just try to frame what I'm looking for. Because again, I did read what you briefed. And so maybe it would be helpful if sort of I outlined my thinking here. I'll give you a chance to respond. I'll give the chance for the city of Tumwater as well to weigh in here. But let me just kind of start where I'm at. That sounds good.
Sure.
Okay. All right, because I know a lot of your arguments are sort of based on sort of overall authority to enforce these laws against you. So I'll sort of start there, right? The Revised Code of Washington, which is the state legal code that is applicable here to criminal offenses related to driver's license. It provides at RCW 4620-342 that it's unlawful for anyone to drive a motor vehicle in the state while the person has a suspended or revoked driver's license. The allegations against you is that you were driving a motor vehicle on a public road with a suspended driver's license. Now, those are still allegations against you. That hasn't been proven. But the city of Tumwater is within its authority to pursue that prosecution because you were allegedly driving a car with a suspended license. And so I know you've raised a number of concerns around that. One of them being, right to travel. You do have the right to travel. You don't have a right in any particular mode of travel. So driving a car does trigger certain legal requirements.
Excuse me. I've been in this court already, I think this is the fifth time, and each time I've heard the judge make the arguments that the prosecutor is supposed to make. In other words, the judge has been prosecuting. May I get back on track, because I was making a point. I was heading toward a point when you asked to interject.
Sure.
Okay, so we need to take care of some preliminary matters first. Just as I had to produce paperwork when an officer saw me, what he believed to be engaged in privileged activity, you need your paperwork in order too. And I just need to verify that your paperwork is in order. I am eager to argue my motions, and I'm eager to hear the prosecutor's response. But first, we need to know if you have your license to operate, which is your oath of office. That's analogous to a driver's license. It's because nobody has a right to be a judge. It's a privilege.
Oh, he definitely flipped the script on this one.
And also your bond, your official bond through a surety company is analogous to insurance for a driver. Because if I'm injured in the course of these proceedings, I need to know that I can be compensated. So
you're welcome to file a public records request asking for any documentation around my authority as the court commissioner or anyone else in the.
right, and I couldn't do that because I didn't know who would appear today as a judge. I mean, I asked before and I couldn't get a clear answer. Also, your bond is supposed to be filed with the county clerk, and with your permission, I mean, I want to make it easy for you. Don't want to make you produce it for me. I could go around the corner to the same building here and verify that your bond is filed with sufficient sureties.
So we're not going to do that today for relevancy purposes here, because what's relevant here is not anything related to me. It's related to allegations against you driving.
It absolutely is relevant to you because it's all about whether you have jurisdiction, and you don't have jurisdiction without your oath of office timely filed and a bond with sufficient sureties. And I have a pocket brief here that I'll give you the court and a copy to the prosecutor to show you.
I'm going to stop you again, and I don't mean to interrupt here, but you have the opportunity to look at those documents. If you're able to find documents in any way, indicating that we don't have the proper authority or to operate as a court in this case, you're welcome to get those documents and present them. But we're not, during the course of the prosecution, going to chase down every indication without any supported evidence that something's amiss here. So if you have something through a public records request, you're able to bring it, but we're not going to chase down all of those arguments as they pop up. We're not going to play whack-a-mole necessarily with arguments being made without evidence.
So if I told the officer who stopped me that I have a driver's license, I have insurance, trust me, it's your job to go look for it, not mine to produce it.
I think that's enough comparison to his situation to the judge. The judge needs to shut it down.
What do you think he would have done?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Well, we all know what he would have done. He would have said, that don't cut it.
So these are all comments that you made in your briefing. So I'm going to, again, remind you, I've read those arguments that you made.
I'm going to give a copy of my pocket brief showing that the judge and prosecutor both require bonding and insurance. And with your permission,
and if you have evidence that there hasn't been proper bonding, you can certainly bring it.
Well, that's my evidence, my testimony here.
Right. Well, you're not alleging it hasn't happened.
I am alleging it hasn't happened. I am alleging that. With your permission, I'll give the court a copy of the pocket brief I just gave to the prosecutor.
Sure. But then I'm going to turn it over to the prosecutor to have an opportunity to respond.
Isn't it my turn to present my motions?
Yes, and you have.
No, I have not.
You have. You've provided written motions. You've been given some time to sort of summarize what your arguments are here. So we also want to hear from both sides.
I need to make a statement for the record so the appellate court can understand.
Well, it's 11:33. You got till 11:40. And I'm going to turn it over to the city attorney.
Well, if the prosecutor wants you to take 3 months out of my life, you have to give me enough time because the taxpayers are going to pay for this. You see, when the officer first stopped me, it was mistakenly thought that I would pay the $66 fine or however how much it is. And what's going to happen is the opposite. The plaintiff is going to house me, clothe me, feed me, take care of all my needs, medical needs and everything. And I'll get to watch television. I love to watch television. And I love to kick back and relax.
Well, if he's anxious and he knows what's coming to him, let's stop with all the motions and get on with it.
And that's what's ultimately going to happen. But we're going to go through due process first. I won't be denied due process. So every district judge, this is RCW 3.34.080. Every district judge pro tempore, and district court commissioner shall, before entering upon the duties of office, take an oath to support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Washington. And as far as bonds, every judge of a municipal court before entering upon the duties of office shall take and subscribe the following oath or affirmation. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Washington. The judge shall also give such bonds to the state and city for the faithful performance of the judge's duties as may be by law, ordinance, or directed. The prosecutor's bond, every county official before he or enters upon the duties of his or her office shall furnish a bond condition that he will faithfully perform the duties of his or her office. Prosecuting attorney shall file it in the amount of $5,000 with sureties to be approved by the proper county legislative authority. Tumwater police officers also have to have a bond, and that's RCW 35A.12.080. As far as, so it's very, very important. It's not just a joke or something that's not important. It's very important that you have an oath of office on file, because from what I've observed in this court and many, many courts throughout the last 40 years living in this state, that judges hate to follow the Constitution. They despise it. So I need to ascertain that you have a timely filed oath of office. Now, I did make a public disclosure request for all the judges that might be operating in this court, and I have them here. I want to make sure your name is on it.
He's definitely taking up too much of the court time, and I believe he already has those in the motions. At this point, I'm not sure why the judge is not shutting them down unless he wants to let him get all that on the record.
I have a oath of office for a John Tunem. It's not you, right?
Remind you to, you've got till 11:40, 11:30.
What if it takes longer?
Because, sir, I'm telling you again, I've read what you've written, and you're frankly not making arguments that are relevant to your prosecution. You're allowed to speak, but if you have evidence and if you have evidence there that you wanted to present to the court, you should look at it beforehand and then make an allegation.
I did.
Well, you're reading through the response to your Public Records Act.
You said I should make a public disclosure request for your oath of office and bond, and that's what I've done. And here I'm going through it.
Right, and you should go through it before the hearing.
Well, I didn't know who you were until I just sat down here.
Well,
I didn't know who the prosecutor was.
Your Honor, I don't want to belabor the point, but just to make sure that we're being as effective as possible here, this just falls outside of the scope of today's hearing.
I know.
No, it does not, because my brief addresses the importance of obeying the Constitution of the United States and the state of Washington.
And I can tell you, I have my oath of office. I took it a couple of weeks ago. Granted, I'm newer here, but I took it in this very room.
Well, I could not find it unless it's here, because I was given all the oaths of every judge that could possibly be working here. That's what I requested. I also have an oath of office for, it's John Tinham again. He gave me a few. As far as bonds,
11:40, just so you know.
As far as bonds, Joel L. Lapierre is supposed to have a bond. That's not you, though, right? What is your bonding number?
I don't know. Off the top of my head.
Okay, so before we can proceed, we have to take care of this preliminary matter.
That's not true.
Well,
You are welcome to bring evidence that I'm not a correct judicial officer for this, but again, we're not going to play whack-a-mole.
you're supposed to prove it to me, just like I was supposed to prove it to the officer that stopped me, that my paperwork was in order before engaging in a privileged activity.
I certainly believe that, but that's not the law.
Can you cite the law then?
No, you're asking me to cite a law that doesn't exist. A judicial officer does not need to present their bonding number to every defendant.
But you need to have a bonding number, and we've determined that you don't. I requested the bonding information and the oaths of office of every judicial officer that could be working in this court, and they gave it to me all here, but your name doesn't appear to be on it.
Well,
That's prima facie evidence that you don't have an oath of office or bond.
okay, well, then you can file a motion on that specific question if you'd like, but you've got 2 more minutes for this morning.
Okay, I'd like to file that motion right now.
You don't have it. You got to go file a motion.
I can make a verbal motion. I can make it orally. Do you want me to find the RCW, the statute that allows me to make it orally?
Sure, and then you can go and you'd have to. Well, I can't give you legal advice, but
You gave me a lot of legal advice
I'm
today.
explaining what the law is.
The prosecutor said nary a word.
You got one more. Well, because we've been giving you a chance to speak, and you've got 1 more minute before we're turning it over to the prosecutor.
Well, I have to determine whether we have jurisdiction here.
No, that's not up to you.
Well, it's up to you, but you're not making a decision on it.
Because we do have jurisdiction. I'm telling you, I have an oath of office.
But that's not enough. Me telling the police officer I have a driver's license is not enough.
The allegations that you did not have a valid driver's license.
Yeah, a surgeon telling his licensing authority, I have a license, without proving it is not enough. We have prima facie evidence here that you don't have an oath of office or bonding. And the Constitution, you say you have an oath of office? Well, that means you swore to uphold the Constitution. The Constitution requires you to have an oath of office timely filed. And RCW Title 42 says if you don't have it timely filed, you're not lawfully in office. That means that you can't preside over this hearing.
And to the extent you want an answer right now, I'm denying that motion. If you want to file something in writing that goes into that in more detail and provides some kind of evidence that I don't have authority, you're able to do that. I don't know when you made your public records request. It might have been before I took my oath of office, but we're out of time for your arguments.
How do you spell your name?
S-T-I.
S-T-I.
L-L.
L-L.
W-E.
W-E.
L-L.
L-L.
First name Jacob with a C.
Okay. I'm going to not participate in an unlawful hearing. So I'm going to go over to the clerk's office and try to get your oath of office and bond. And if they have it, I'll be back here and let's proceed.
I know at this point in the video, a lot of you are probably very angry. And I can understand how this is going on, maybe because he's a newer judge there. But if he was in front of the right judge, this wouldn't have lasted that long.
I'm actually eager to do so.
Well, we're going to have to file a motion. We're not going to probably be here anymore when we come back. We close up at noon.
You don't operate after lunchtime at all?
Now the calendar is going to end at noon. So if you find something, you can file a motion, but we're not going to stay open just so you can go do the public records.
Okay, well, I came here at 9 o'clock because I thought things would start then, and I had to endure watching all this.
So we're out of time at this point.
So that's what I'm going to do, because I'm not going to participate in an unfair hearing where there's no jurisdiction. I will file another motion.
Final comments here, because we got to move on.
My final comments are this. We're going to assume that you don't have an oath of office timely filed or bonding, so you can't proceed over this hearing.
You can
It's
go get
simple.
evidence of that. You can come back, but until then, we're going to, unless the prosecutor has anything to say.
Okay, so then since I object,
Sir, I'm moving it over to the prosecutor.
so since I'm wait, I have a right to make my motions. I have a right to argue my motions.
Sure.
I brought this hearing.
I understand.
Not the
We're going to
prosecutor.
move on.
I brought this hearing, not the prosecutor.
We're going to move on.
So I'm going to ask you to recuse yourself since you're not.
All right. Well, if there's been a request for recusal, perhaps I won't be here at the next hearing, but that's going to be it for today. Okay. Free to go. Well, sir, we're also here set for trial confirmation. You have a jury trial set.
I haven't even answered the plea yet.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, the state is moving forward. Probable cause has been found. You've elected to represent yourself against.
I am myself. I don't represent myself. I am myself.
Well, are you ready to proceed to trial on November 17th?
First, I have to be advised of the nature and cause of action and enter a plea. And I have to verify that the judge, which keeps rotating, is lawfully in office. I mean, I'm not trying to throw monkey wrenches in this or anything or give you a hard time.
No, he's just delaying more court time.
I'm just trying to require due process.
You were arraigned on June 26th, 2023. Determination of probable cause was found.
Your Honor, just to,
Well, you said I'm free to leave, and you're not lawfully in office, so I'm going to leave.
well, Your Honor, if the defendant's going to walk out, I would request a bench warrant be issued if he's just going to walk out of his own trial confirmation.
Maybe the prosecution didn't hear it, but the judge allowed him to leave.
Right, sir, are you here with him? Is that the two of you speaking?
I'm hard of hearing.
I was asking if the two of you were here together.
I can't hear.
Were you here with Mr. Blatt?
I don't have a case here.
Okay, were you here with Mr. Blatt, who was just up here?
I can't really hear you. I'm getting a hearing aid.
Why are you here?
But I haven't had all the tests yet.
Okay. Why are you here in court today?
Oh, I'm just here to observe.
With Mr. Glad?
Very interesting.
Okay.
I watched the body language.
Okay.
I watched the behavior panel on YouTube, and I'm watching this video to watch the body language.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Interesting.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Can I go now?
You're free to go. Yes. All right. So the request is a bench warrant for, I don't know if I can issue a bench warrant for failure to appear if he doesn't show up for the jury trial.
Okay.
I'm wondering if this judge dealt with anyone like him before. He did a lot of talking during the hearing and kept trying to go through all of these rights, which you already heard. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of comments on here of disappointment with this hearing that I'm guessing, and we'll see what happens on his next court date. So now we're going to go into another hearing in Judge Simpson's court where it's sovereign citizens in there. I've already covered him, but I missed one of his hearings that he had last week. So now I'm putting it in here as a follow-up, but I'll put one prior to it just so you can see them both together. Let's go.
Court does call the case, People versus Dwight Miller.
Ashley Feltus for the people.
Michael Gaddy, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Miller, Your Honor.
He's still muted.
I believe he is orange pants, white shirt, Judge.
I got it.
Oh, I was just happy I could read it.
Thank you for pointing that out. I figured out where he was. Oh, there he is. Mr. Miller, can you state your name, please?
He may be muted, Judge.
No, he's not muted.
Oh.
Sir, can you state your name?
On and for the record, my name is Dwight Miller. I'm American State National. I'm here to challenge jurisdiction. I'm here on special appearance established jurisdiction, bro.
He must be talking to one of his friends.
Can we approach, Your Honor?
Your Honor, I need to challenge jurisdiction.
Okay, how are you intending on doing that?
Well, Your Honor, can you show me your how I'm supposed to do this? See, it's certain things I can't remember because y'all got me in here and I don't have access to the law books.
I think he meant to say sovereign citizen script.
But it's okay.
Your Honor,
Oh, there are certain things you want me to show
your
you?
delegation of power, sir?
Pardon?
Can you show me your delegation of power and your oath of
My
office?
delegation of power
Yeah, I
Miller,
need,
came from the people of Washington County that elected me. I have the certification of election in back. You want it?
Mr. Miller, as your
I would like
attorney,
a copy of your surety bond,
advise-
please, and your oath of office.
My surety bond. I don't
Yes.
have one. I'm insured by the county.
So you don't have one?
And state.
Okay. You don't have a surety bond, huh? So what's your oath? You
Mr.
do
Miller,
have
I'd
an oath.
advise
You
not
do
to-
swear oath to the Constitution, right? Yes or no?
I'd advise you not to continue this line.
Man, I'm in here. I done got victimized this morning. Are you serious? Can I get a breakout room with my attorney or my so-called attorney?
So-called attorney? No, he's a very good attorney, and he's not a so-called attorney, and you'll not refer to him that way because as you won't be disrespected, neither will he.
Okay, may I speak with the attorney in a breakout
You
room?
can do that on your own time. He doesn't get a breakout room here because he's live in the courtroom.
Okay. So,
So what are we doing with his case now that my jurisdiction has been established?
Maybe please
okay,
approach, Your Honor.
I'll put the motion in for dismissal because ain't no
Denied.
so-called
This motion for
witness or
dismiss is
victim to
denied.
sign a
What are we
sworn
doing?
affidavit against me.
Maybe please approach, Your Honor.
And not end this? Yeah, oh. Of course, yes, you may approach.
So how's y'all having a conversation without me being there?
Oh, he's there. They're just in private.
Okay, we're back to the record in the Dwight Miller case. What I'm gonna do, Counsel, you're requesting an adjournment in this matter.
I am, Your Honor. Upon information, believe there may be a new case coming. I understand Mr. Miller booked into the
Your
jail
Honor.
at 10 o'clock this morning.
Your Honor.
So I'm asking one
I
week to
object.
evaluate.
I object anything she talking about. First and foremost, how is you testifying?
That what?
First and foremost, Your Honor, I want this charge dismissed, man. At no time given, the lady
I
lied.
know, I heard your motion to dismiss. I
Okay,
denied
listen.
it already.
Okay, listen, Your Honor, under the Constitution, what is it exactly? The maximums of law. If something comes from a falsehood, what is that? The first words out this woman's mouth, she lied. She made a story
You're
up
not-
telling somebody
Okay,
pulled a
this
weapon at her.
woman is an
Nobody pulled no
assistant
weapon at her because
prosecutor.
nobody
first
had
of
no
all.
weapon.
I believe he's speaking of the complaining witness, but
Oh, the complaining witness. Oh,
But you-
not Ms.
but
Hudson?
Mr. Miller, I would advise you not to say anything more. Given the circumstances, it may be prudent to discuss this matter further and to see there's a couple other things pending, as well as a potential new charge they're indicating. This might be something we want to set
No.
over for a week.
No. I'm not worried about no new lies. Look at me. I got beat up this morning, bro. I called Pittsfield police 13 times. I was getting assaulted with motherfucking tasers and shit.
Okay.
I put it on the record. Then all of a sudden they want to switch it up to make it seem like I'm threatening somebody. I ain't threatening no one.
Okay, but we can't resolve
I
all
never
that today.
threatened no one. The same people
I
that's
know.
making these
Okay.
statements, they all three on
So-
felony probation. They done got caught.
Okay.
Their house just
Okay,
got
so we
raided.
can't resolve
And then they up
that
here
today.
playing line up on me.
Okay, so look, we can't resolve that today. And I think the best thing to, so that everybody can try to figure out what's going on, is I'm going to adjourn it out a week. Rather than 2 weeks. I'll try to expedite it. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of it all. So,
Your Honor,
probable cause conference.
Your Honor,
Probable cause conference will be adjourned to November 6th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond will continue.
And I should correct my statement, Your Honor, that mag thing we saw, we discussed at the event, I think it's just the court it's going to. I don't know that it's revolving the court. Okay.
Thank you.
so I just got railroaded, huh?
No, that's not railroaded.
Yeah,
I'll let you know when
because
that
I'm not consenting to none of this.
Can you?
The lady, the
Yeah, cut him. I'm done. I'm so done. Is he gone?
Yes.
I feel a cold coming on for this 6th. It was like a hairball. I don't know.
All right, now we're going into the last hearing, the one that I missed, and let's check out what he's going to say here. Let's go.
Yeah, Mr. Miller, it's my understanding, Mr. Miller, is Mr. Miller, I don't know what you're showing us, but what, would you state your name for the record?
American State National. All my rights have been violated. They can't
Did you
produce a
state your
weapon.
name first?
American State National, man. Your
Okay.
Honor, I've been asking for the whole time, man. There ain't no firearm. There never was a firearm. I was kidnapped. My rights was violated. The lady lied on the scene. She said she called the police, said somebody pointed a firearm at her. Then
Sir?
when the police came on the scene,
Sir?
she made that
Sir?
statement again. And then it was proven, the
Sir?
cameras proved none of that happened.
Sir, if you want to try to overtalk me, you can. It's not going to work.
Dwight,
It's not the time for you to try to litigate your case.
Where's the
Dwight,
firearm?
Dwight, just listen. I was just appointed yesterday. Mr. Gaddy gave me the discovery this morning. Why don't we ask for a 2-week adjournment and you and I can talk?
Where's the firearm? Where's the so-called person that's the victim that signed the sworn
Any
affidavit?
objection from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned
I object.
to
I object. I
November
object.
20th.
I object. I object. I don't get
Objections
consent.
noted and denied.
You violated my
November 20th,
constitutional rights.
2025,
I
9
ain't about to
a.m.
write you up. I'm
Bond,
about to send up
bond
in
will
judicial
continue.
review.
And you know what? So
I'm about
let's
to send
do it this
judicial
way.
review.
That hearing will be in person.
And we all know what that means. If he mess up, Mr. Allen has another client.
So if you got
my
something to
back
say, you
messed
can
up.
come right here and say,
My
in person.
back messed
Thank
up.
you.
You know
Mute
that.
him.
You know my back messed up.
You're welcome.
It seems lately that Judge Simpson has been entertained by the sovereign citizens. Now he's kind of making jokes and laughing and still going through with the case. So I don't know what changed, because before, when they come before him, he would immediately have a different look on his face. Now he's acting a little bit different, which is okay. So I hope you enjoyed all the videos that was here today, and we're going to follow up on all of them. And so I will see you around on the next one. Thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up. See ya.